Hi.
Hello, everybody.
The music was still playing in the background while it was going.
I loved
I was going to
it.
say hi to William.
Hey, William.
Hi, William. I hope you're doing well.
Hi, William. Can I ask a favour? Because I'm not been very well today. So I haven't been able to look at my phone. And if everyone in the chat could share this out, I'd be grateful. You'd be doing me a favour more than anything.
That'd be good. Hiya, Nettie.
Hi, Nettie. Nettie, I need to get in contact with you and sort things out. So when I'm feeling a bit better, I'll get onto that for you. Everyone's gone
Such
quiet.
an exciting one, isn't it? Tonight, we're going to be talking about films and serial killers that the films are made about. I thought we might start with the guy who's the guy with the saw guy?
Jigsaw.
Jigsaw, yeah. What was his name?
Hiya,
Daryl.
Hi,
Hope you're doing well, bud.
No, I have no idea.
Are we going to chat a little bit about the Fae?
Yeah, could do that.
Or a girl called Fae? One of the two.
Nice girl. Shit anywhere.
Or a boy named Sue.
Boy, no, that was a good film, that. I like that film. Oh, bless you, William. Thank you. William shared it.
Thank you, William.
Bless you, William.
I'm not feeling very well today. I've been suffering with dizzy effects and spent a lot of today in bed.
Just take it easy, Viv. Just take it easy.
Yeah. And as you can see, I've got no glasses on as well. I'm just...
That's not a bad thing, though, is it? Sometimes they can exacerbate the problem. Oh, big word. Sometimes they can make it worse, can't they?
What does that... Dad, what does that mean?
Make it worse.
Ow.
I just did exacerbate. I picked it up somewhere and thought I'd use it, make myself look more intelligent. It's the glasses. They're deceiving. They might make me look more intelligent.
Oh, dear.
Actually, I was going to... What should I talk about? Something else I'd like to talk about as well is disingenuous.
Disingenuous.
It's another big word. Another big word.
word.
It means someone you can't really trust. And I think I'd like to broach the subject today, just quickly go over it. That what really annoys me, and there's a reason for it, but I won't say what the reason is, because if I do, it'll kind of give the game away. But what really pees me off is that people that work in the field of the paranormal, volunteers and not volunteers, but, just sort of hobbyists like ourselves, most of us are, unless we're parapsychologists. Mm. And these people, some of them have found a way of earning a living out of it, or earning some good money out of it, whether that be a property that they've got that they purportedly say is haunted, or whether that's a building that they got that's a museum, or whether it's a collection they've got, or whether it's just selling tours on an investigation group, which surely should come under tourism rather than ghost hunting, in my opinion.
Yeah.
But, hiya, Bri.
Hiya.
But the one thing that I've noticed recently, and one person in particular, and I know that there are more than one out there, and this is what makes me kind of keep away from a lot of people in the field, because a lot of them, I'll be honest with you, personally, I've lost a lot of trust in a lot of them, which is why I choose not to work with them, be it that they're bald-faced liars, they're just two-faced buggers, or they're out for themselves and they're trying to use you as a bit of a climbing frame. Not that they're going to get much out of me, because I'm pretty low on the stat.
There he is. He's gone to the bottom.
Done it happen again.
What did you do?
What I saw today, I didn't do anything. But what I saw today, or what I saw recently, giving it away a bit, is that one of these people was hobnobbing recently with a large number of people in the paranormal. Mm-hmm. And I guess pretending that they believe in it, when I know for a fact that I don't think they do, or if they do, they don't believe in it to the point where they could be earning a living out of it. Because this particular person told me in the absence, didn't tell me, he told another person I was with but I heard it in the absence of the public that he felt it was all bollocks, and he felt, or words to that effect, and he felt that the stuff that he had wasn't really haunted, but he was still willing to charge an amount of money, and good money, I should think, over the course of a year.
Yeah,
Putting that forward to people. Now that is what I mean. It's the disingenuous, and it does make me wonder, and it makes me not trust people, apart from really close friends like Viv and like Erik here. It puts me in a position where I really don't trust people, because I think to myself, well, what do you actually really think? Are you really in it to earn a few quid, or are you in it for the right reasons? That's what puts me off. And yeah, and I've seen it today, and it's I don't think it's a very good look for the community, and it puts me off of going to events, really, where I have to mix with people. Not that I dislike a lot of the people, I just dislike, I don't know who to trust and who not to, or it makes me feel that way.
Well, that's like I said before. That's why I wouldn't mind, small group of friends coming in when I do get my place to even see if it is going to be that way to begin with, haunted. I don't know if a place I'm going to buy is going to be haunted or not unless somebody comes and investigates.
And even then, I think the thing is as well, even if you've got a team, you've even got to be careful with the team that you pick and the people you run with. Because I've run with certain people and they've turned out to be vipers, for want of a better description. Not there's anything wrong with vipers. I think they're stunning animals. But, they've turned on me for no reason and chat on me, used me, and thrown me aside. And it's just made me not want to trust any of them.
Mm.
Well, I know exactly how you feel, Dan. I've looked at our local paranormal community, and I must admit it absolutely disgusts me. But people are people, and you can't tell people what to say or what to do. They've got to make up their own minds. I, like you, Dan, I keep my circle very, very small. I've run with people that over the years I grew to love and trust. And as you described them, this viper jumped up and bit me in the arse so hard. Not only did it hurt me sort of emotionally, mentally, and physically scarred me, but it's all the aftermath that you have to deal with, and it's not a great thing. At that time, I pulled away from the paranormal for a little while, just regrouped myself, and then carried on. And then you get more hangers on because they've seen what I've done in the past and they want a piece of that action. I don't know whether it is human nature for them just to see somebody being successful and wanting a bite of that apple. I don't know what it is, Dan. But at the end of the day, I now look after, as you know, I look after myself.
Mm-hmm.
I don't trust people very easily. I've known Dan for over, 14 years now?
Long time, many years, yeah.
Long time. And, mine and Dan's, I'll tell anybody that asks, mine and Dan's friendship didn't just spring up out of nowhere. It was over many years. We got to know of each other and we found that we had the same passions. I mean, his is a little bit more weirder than mine, because it involves animals as well.
Quite creepy.
But, and through time, that trust was earned and gained. And like with Erik, I met Erik online quite a while ago now. It's been a little while.
Yeah.
And I've grown to know and love Erik as well. So I don't sort of trust anybody. That's how I've sort of become a bit hardened to it. Hi, Wayne and Nicola.
Hi, Wayne. Hi, Nicola.
And, there are some great people out there in the paranormal. They're not all horrible. Like Wayne, he's a lovely person. Sometimes, no, he is. But, for me, trust has to be earned, not just given. And I'm harder than most because of dealing with some real charlatans. The paranormal society, let's call it that. You get all people from all walks of life. I've seen hardened criminals. I've seen people jailed for up to 18 years for nasty
Yeah.
crimes.
Yeah.
People that had been around me and I didn't really know at all. You know, I've had somebody try and touch me in the dark in a very place you wouldn't touch a woman. You know, there's all sorts of things, you know, people that just want to steal. I've seen it all, and I'm sorry, but I can't trust anyone, and I keep my little group close knit, you know, and you know the ones that you can trust or that you want to be in a small area with. It's not about money. If you see it as a thing to make money, I'm sorry, you'll be sadly
Yeah, because
surprised. You won't.
it's
No.
the very rare person that even makes money from it to begin with, you know,
Yeah.
and that doesn't last that long either. You know,
No.
No.
No. I think the thing is as well is what annoys me, and I've had it happen to me. Stealing stuff, you can steal from me all you want. That doesn't bother me. But to take your character, that's irreplaceable. That's all you've really got at the end of the day is your character. And for somebody to take your character, and I've had it happen to me. I've had people take my character, accuse me of things that I've never ever remotely done or been involved in, and purely and simply because they fell out with me for whatever reason. They fell out with me, and they thought, well, rather than just not talk to him and not even give me a reason for not falling out with me, just walking away and leaving me to the mercy of other people that you've told that all sorts of horrible things about me too. And then the onus is on me then to disprove that, and you get to a point where you think, well, I'm not going to have it anymore. I mean, prime example as well, Viv, is yourself. There's a certain team out there that you did a hell of a lot of work for. You promoted, you pulled them up the ladder, you brought them under your wing, you got guests for them, you did so much for, and then in the end they just slapped you, and I was witness to all of that. And it was all because of greed.
It's not even that, Dan. It's it's the fact that I made the decision where I wasn't going to be anybody's bank anymore. That was my decision, and it was a private decision between me and that team. But it's what carries on then afterwards. It's keep my name out of your mouth.
Yeah.
I don't talk about you. I've got no interest. I don't talk about you. Leave me alone. We could have still carried on a friendship. Just, it wasn't for me anymore. That was all. And no, it got to the point where it was silly, and there's no need for it. I still have no sort of ill feelings towards them. I just don't want to be involved. And it's as simple as that, and for them to continue it like a year later, it's like, come on, really?
Well,
they got told. They got told, and hopefully they heeded my advice.
Especially when you make a name for yourself and then they use your name without even your permission. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah, it's bewildering, really. I don't understand what they get from it. The slating after. I mean, the thing is, we could all do that. We could all do that. And at the end of the day, they've got to be careful, because if I wanted to, I could say a lot more, but I'm not like that. And you're the same. I could say a lot more nastier things about them that could possibly be true or could be made up. But nobody's to know, are they?
Yeah,
so you could destroy their reputation, destroy their business, destroy everything. But what's the point in that? It serves no purpose. And if they want to burn, let them burn on their own.
I see it like it's a form of free publicity if they put it all out there on social media. It's like, oh, come on, really? Just get on with it then. But then people want to know who I am.
Don't you find that as well, that there seems to be an awful lot of people within this field that just love the drama? Yes. And I'm not for the drama. I've gone past that. Maybe when I was 20, 21, I might have got involved in shit like that. But, I'm older now. I don't want any of that crap. I just want a quiet life and to do what I enjoy, and to do what I enjoy with other friends.
Going back on what I make, okay? Now, I put my pictures up on buy and sell and trade worldwide paranormal stuff, and somebody called this a cat ball. This is not a cat ball. You got to know the ball.
Maybe a tiger ball the size of it.
Tiger ball. Just say, yeah, cat ball for bigger cats.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Said that. I go, number one, my stuff is way better than anything that you can make, you know. And it's not that I think that fully, because I'm sure somebody can make better stuff than I can, but don't
I fully endorse your stuff.
my stuff, you know, without even testing it out first, even looking at it, even figuring out how to make them yourself, you know.
See, what you should have done, Eric, you should have said, whoever called it a cat ball, so tell me where you live and I'll send you one. You're obviously a big enough pussy to really want to play into this.
I can endorse his equipment. I've actually got a piece up there. Where's yours, Dan? Is yours in your kit?
Mine's in it with my kit, yeah.
And
it's good stuff.
I've actually taken it out on investigation, and it's been I need to film some of it and get it over to you, Eric. It's been really good and got some good hits. So yeah, Wayne says he uses his skull all the time.
Oh, because Wayne's got one, isn't he? Yeah.
Wayne and Mark both have one, actually. And Mark says he likes his too. So.
Yeah,
Nicola, drama down our shout, grow up. It was absolutely Nicola. I'm past all that crap now. In fact, there's a site on, well, most people that I speak to seem to be signed up to it. No. There's a site that I'm signed up to. And the reason I'm signed up to is I don't ever comment on it, but it's nice to dip in and out of to see the latest drama. And you can dip in and out of it months after the event, and there's still drama going on there. And the thing is that there are people that are involved in it, not just the drama, but also this site, these other groups and these other people that run it and what have you, and the people that look after it. I've been met them all at one point or another, and they've always seemed like decent, good people.
Mm-hmm. I know the site you're talking about.
You get them on a laptop or you get them on a computer, and they turn into nasty bastards. And all they do is slate, and they bully and bully and bully. And then they go on about, these are the same people that put up things on the Facebook saying, oh, anti-bullying, bullying's bad, bullying's this, bullying's that. Mental health this, mental health that. But they're the ones that go out and create it.
Yeah. Dan, you find the ones shouting it out the loudest are the ones that are actually doing it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, that's exactly true. Exactly
I got banned from that site because I had an opinion, and it was just.
But your opinion wasn't. You weren't. You were just. It was just an opinion. You weren't having to go at anybody.
Said, can we talk about something else? Is this all you have to talk about?
Mm-hmm.
And then I got banned from it for it, and I just thought it was so funny, you know, because there were, and I'll name the name. They were talking about John's Sixth Sense. And it was like, for that period of time, they were going on about John's Sixth Sense for months and months and months. And it just got boring. It's like, well, have you got nothing else to talk about? Not sticking up for him. Not sticking up for him and not sticking up for them. Just let's talk about something else. Got banned.
Gob's another favourite with them.
So funny. Ghosts of Britain.
Mm. And it's like, you know, and these are people that they want. When they go on an investigation, they want your trust and they want your friendship. It's like, no.
Yeah.
No, I've got the weight of you now, and I want to keep you as far away from me as possible.
Yeah.
Which is why I have a hard time thinking or imagining that there's any. When people go on these, what do they call it? Like a paranormal community, and that there isn't a community.
Mm-hmm.
No,
there isn't one. Or, you know, what's it called?
Para-unity.
Para-unity. No, there isn't any. You know, you can bang on about it and say, oh, yeah, look, that was great because, we'll go out and we'll do this and we'll go out and we'll do that. They'll be fucking stabbing each other in the back 20 minutes later.
Yeah, and that can never be, I mean, it's group, yes. But in big groups, I don't think so.
No, I can't be dealing with it. Can't be dealing with it anymore.
Can I just say, before you go any further, that wasn't me making any funny noises. That was a dodgy motorbike going past outside the window. Okay? Just in case.
Oh, I'll have to remember that. Dodgy motorbike. playing football on the dog in the future.
That won't be.
But no, it's. I can't be dealing with it. Like,
We
you
should
know,
get
these people that
t-shirts
purport to
made.
be one thing and entirely and totally different they're
There is
another.
no such thing as para-unity.
No, I don't think there is. I think, you know, you just got to get your friends and stick with them. And, you know, is Erik? Get your friends, stick with them, and know your strengths and weaknesses, and that's all you best you can do, isn't it? Put trust in the people that put trust in you.
Yeah. That well, we got some things coming up in the chat. Gob, the man, Viv, they still at it. Gob, we believe you, Viv.
Mhm.
Oh, Wild Bill's in the chat. Hello, Mr. Wild Bill. I love him. Daryl says, the reason I'm in one team is I don't do drama and I'll collab with people I trust. Yeah. And Wayne says there are different people, different groups within the paranormal community that all claim para-unity, but they will have different views, like separate cults of the same religion.
Exactly right.
You've got your finger right on that there,
exactly
Wayne.
Right. We know. Sorry, go on.
I think there could have been the para-unity thingy-bob, but someone sport it just takes one.
I think a lot of them spoiled it, Lorna, to be honest with you. A lot of them spoiled it. I remember going to a Parafest thing years ago, and they were all friends slapping each other on the back. And I remember when you got to the bar, they were all slagging each other off. And it's like, and I'm looking at them like, you bunch of pricks.
All that para-unity stuff they bang on about, you could only be part of it if you agree with them. Totally agree with you guys. Tim here, by the way. Oh, Tim! Yes, Tim. I know Tim.
Hi,
I really enjoy you. Spooky people. Wild Bill.
Yeah.
I'm a big believer of para-unity. Me, myself, and I. Me, myself, and Valerie.
I think you're right. I don't think there is such a thing. I think it's a nice pipe dream. Yeah. It's a nice thing to, you know, to want and to imagine, but in reality, I don't think. And I know it sounds like I'm being negative, and I'm not saying there aren't decent people in the paranormal unit, in the paranormal, you know, sphere, because there's an awful lot of nice people in it.
Yeah, there is.
A hell of a lot of nice, decent people.
Well, I know you would say it to my face, even if you would say it behind my back. You would definitely say it to your face first.
Yeah, without a doubt.
Yeah.
Yeah, Bill's right. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what, Wayne? You're spot on. It is a non-working ideology. I completely agree with you. And I know it sounds like I'm having a downer on it, and I am in a way. But then it's the reality of it, isn't it? It's the reality is that that's what they're like.
Well, yeah. So, I don't think there's any formality in the way people investigate. That would be the first step in it. You would have to have the same ideology and the same concept of this is how you should investigate. This is the kind of records you should keep.
Erik, stop. Dan, do you want to sing?
No, because it's been so long, I've forgotten how to do it.
Chantel's in the house, everyone.
Chantel! You know what? You're absolutely right, Bill. Can we not agree to disagree? It happens exactly, but they won't. You know, as soon as you disagree, that becomes an automatic strike against you, as far as they're concerned.
But Erik, if everyone investigated the same way, we'd never learn anything.
Well, I don't mean like
that's been a minute. It's been longer than a bloody minute. It might be a minute South African wise. Over here, it's about a year.
Same way, but in the same more.
Lovely to see you back.
You know what I mean?
But I think having people that are different and have their different ways, we can learn from each other, and we're always learning, even as human beings in everyday walk of life, not just paranormal. We're always learning.
Yep.
Yeah, and the thing is that nobody's got the market cornered, have they? Because nobody knows, apart from parapsychologists, which know.
And Zach Bagans.
Yeah. And, and then of course I forgot about him. But apart from those people, nobody really has got the they've not got it pinned down, and I don't think they ever will. until they pass, maybe.
It's a bit like Parliament, our Parliament,
Thanks,
and I'm sure it's like your Parliament, your parliamentary. Yeah, I think everyone has their different ideologies and the way things should be done, to the point where we're seeing it in Parliament over here now, where people are walking out and giving up their jobs and resigning. And we've had exactly that within the paranormal.
I must admit, it's put me pretty close to it. It's put me pretty close to the point where I think, you know what, what's the purpose? And then I realise what the purpose is. It's what I want out of it, not what they want, or not what they want from me, or what I want from them. It's what I want out of it, what you want out of it, and what those that you love around you, you guys, is what they want out of it. And that's why you do it, because you all want answers. So you don't give in to anything other than that. You know? Just the way it is, I guess.
Yeah. Terry says he can remember para unity was a big thing around Paracon Derby, and it came to nothing. I remember hearing that and laughing and walking away.
Yeah, he's right. He's absolutely spot on.
Chantel wants the world to do everything her way.
Chantel, the world will be a better place if everybody did just everything my way.
I just think at the end of the day, it's about having self-respect for yourself. Firstly, having self-respect for yourself, then you can show self-respect for others. Treat others how you expect to be treated.
Yeah.
And quite frankly, I don't go on social media very much these days, and when I do see it, I think, I haven't got time. This is minutes out of my life where I'm just scrolling through Droll and Dross, and I can't be bothered. And that's a decision that I make, not to, And then when people moan at me, "Oh, you haven't been on social media for a long time," was because I've got nothing to say. When I do, I do it for me, not for anybody else. It's for me, and to keep in contact with Dan. And
that's right. It's right. I agree with you. I'll post the odd thing on there now, and I won't post anything paranormal on there. I won't post anything regarding. I mean, I might have a joke or whatever, but I post stuff on it with me and the kids or whatever, or nothing that we do, because at the end of the day, I don't want to put us up as a target all the time.
Yeah.
Because somebody's gonna, take everything out of context and try and make you look like a dick.
Yeah. Well, we go to lots of places, and there's, for example, there's a place that I'm supposed to be going to next week. If I can get some time off work, I wouldn't want to put that on social media. One, because the world and his wife will try and get in there, and secondly, that it'll be nothing but dramas because they get told no. So,
well, we did an investigation, just as well we didn't give it up. We did an investigation that turned out to be really good, frightening but really good. And there was one particular person who turned out to be a bit of an arse, who wouldn't give up pardon the pun, they wouldn't give up the ghost. They kept banging away. Where is it? What is it? Is it here? Is it there? Is it this place? Is it that place? It's like, no. And we're not going to give it to you because we know exactly what happened. You'd abuse it, and then whatever was there, seen it before. Codner Castle was a prime example, wasn't it? Codner Castle was amazing.
Yeah.
The energies and spirits that were there were amazing. They would always give you something, right? It might have been interspersed, and it might not have been like solidly throughout an evening, but they would give you something. And that's speaking as somebody who's really skeptic about a lot of it. But then it got thrown open to other teams for whatever reason. Most Haunted went in there, I think, and did it, didn't they? Then a few other people, and whatever they did, when we went there was nothing.
Codner Castle was one where I knew the person that took over the ghost hunts. And you could hire Codner Castle for a ghost hunt for 50 quid a night. 50 quid. Wow. And then, I'm going to get Most Haunted on there because I'm going to be on TV, came the next thing. But when Most Haunted came in, they wanted exclusivity for 18 months. They were signed into contract and they saw pound signs, but they weren't paying much for the time that they wanted that exclusivity and do their own nights in there with public and things like that and their own filming. It was 18 months had passed by, so now it's opened to members of the public. But because Most Haunted had been there, they seemed to think everybody else wanted to go there and got a little bit greedy and then started charging. Now, considering it was £50 a night, they are now charging £250 a night and £450 for event companies.
And it's falling apart, isn't it?
It fell apart. The building.
In fact, it's nearly. I don't know if it might very well be now, Viv. I don't know, but it's got to be very close to, if not on the point of where it's a danger to be in there.
Well, some parts of a roof fell on somebody's head as an investigator, and then as a result, because he did get injured, and I know this for a fact. That when it was mentioned to the person running the ghost hunts, then came a barrage of abuse to the person that got injured and scared them into not making a claim or a complaint about it. And he was a member of the public going in to investigate, which I thought was it was disgusting. But that's just my opinion. You don't have a go at somebody because they've had an accident at the hands of the building that you're supposed to be looking after.
Mm-hmm. The thing is, if you've got insurance, that's what it's for, isn't it?
Yeah.
You shouldn't be worrying about,
They didn't have insurance.
No, that's it. And that's the thing. The thing is, they obviously wanted to snatch that hand off that was offered to them. And in doing so, they ruined themselves.
Yep.
Well, they thought money, notoriety, or they thought fame and fortune would come to them. And it all backfired because money and... It's fame and money. That it was just greed that stopped it. That was just greed and stopped it, and it stopped it for everybody else.
Yeah. And it got bad in there. At one point, I think the floors were dodgy to walk on, weren't they? At one point,
yeah,
dry rotten stuff in bits and bobs going on up there. So, yeah, how anybody got been killed in there? Don't know, or really badly hurt at least.
Yeah.
Yeah. But again, it's ego that gets in the way of these things, and it's not thinking about, again, and I mention it again, respect for other people. It is just what can I get out of people. And is it Lorna that says there's a good example of greed? Exactly that. It is greed.
It is.
It's not fair. Like, when are people going to listen when somebody actually does die?
And it's sad, really, isn't it? Because the thing is that somewhere that could have been good, and I'm sure that's not the only place, has all of a sudden now been closed off to proper investigation, because that place was active, without a doubt. That place was active. Stuff that we got in there was really good, probably one of the best, really, and it makes you wonder how many other places have been so greedy that they've just cut their nose off to spite their face.
Yeah.
You know. There was another one, I can't remember where it was, that jumped from about £100 a night to, I think they wanted about 350, 400. Where was that? Well, there's been a few of them over the years, isn't there?
Gone up over $200.
Bloody hell, was it really? Terry says Langard Fault's gone over £200 now from last time he booked it.
Hi, place. You can spend the weekend for $100. You can have all the fun you want.
See, that's the thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's the thing. Which, to be honest, is people are going to revert to doing what they did before and just doing outside investigations or derelict castles or, buildings that, and then you're going to have an increase of people going into abandoned properties, aren't you? Because they're not willing to pay those prices, and that causes another set of problems, then, doesn't it? So, I don't know. I don't know what the answer is.
Well, you would have thought with the cost of living crisis and people are shouting at because a lot of the doors are closing, that they would want people in, even if it's just, a couple of £100 here and there to help with paying a bill or two. They seem to think that they can
Surely
manage
it's better
without
to have every night filled at 40 quid or 50 quid than it would be one night every fucking 6 months at 250.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. I know a place in Essex that is a beautiful house. We used to go and investigate it there all the time. And then they closed its doors to paranormal investigators because of some shenanigans that somebody brought in. And now it's just a wedding venue. So they think that the wedding venues are going to pay for it. And I hope to God that that house still continues. It was a beautiful place, but no more to paranormal, I'm afraid. Unless you know the right people.
Well, yeah. There's some of them. I mean, some of them want literally thousands, don't they, to get in there to open the doors for people. And the only way you can do it is by booking other people on the event. And then, if you're a ghost hunter or a paranormal investigator, it's not an investigation anymore, is it? It then becomes babysitting everybody.
Yeah. And these team share things, I don't think it really works. I really don't.
Well, we did one, didn't we? Where they said, "Oh no, it'll be all right. We're only having teams on this. It's only going to be teams. So people that are going to be there are going to be people that know what they're doing." It was the biggest F up of investigation, wasn't it?
I
We've had an argument with a bloke by the morgue. I nearly stuck one on somebody by the gallows. I was that close to fucking sticking one on that bloke, that other investigator. It was like, he's getting on my tits, with.
Oh, that was just so funny. But yeah. Oh, I didn't have an argument with him. I just said, yeah, bye.
That was funny.
So
Wayne's got one here. This made me laugh. Wayne's, I have a location that increased their price by £50 because of energy bills, even though everyone was walking around in the dark.
Oh dear.
Terry's house got a demon in it. Yeah, open it up, Terry. You got good money there, mate.
I don't know, but but in saying that, I have had some great fun with people. But the best fun is when you're out there and doing it for yourself and you really get scared. The best times have been, for me, over my time in the paranormal out there and investigating, have been when I've been with Dan and Jay. Oh God.
Jay's hilarious.
And it's not even investigating.
With Jay.
It's not even really investigating. It's going to Tesco's and filling up with petrol or diesel. These are the little things that always stick with me, and the happy memories, the good memories.
It was a funny time. That weekend when we went away with him, he was, I don't know, man. He was terrified of everything. We were lucky that he let us turn the light off at night and get to sleep.
Do you know, we took Jay to, it was an old police station made up into a cafe, and we sat in the old prison cells eating breakfast, and Jay had no idea. No idea.
I think he thought he was still at home in Essex. I don't think he realised he went anywhere till he got home.
Where was that place we had breakfast? I went, that was an old police cells you sat in. Was it?
There was bloody bars everywhere. And a thing, the old cell jail cafe.
Yeah. I heard about that place.
He said, "Did we?" He said, "It didn't look like it to me." I said, "No, they've turned it into a cafe." He said, "Oh, are you sure?" I said, "Yeah, that was the old police station." It didn't look like a police station to me. I said, "No, because it's now a cafe." Mm-hmm. It's just like all these memories with Jay. It's just so funny.
Yeah. He's scared ones are good, weren't they?
The scared ones are hilarious. Yeah, but I noticed you didn't come running.
No, because I thought it was hilarious. He was laughing. I thought someone must have hurt himself. He was laughing. But I think one of the funniest with him is when he was upstairs doing what was he? Oh, he was doing the what do you call it, experiment? When he with the blindfold.
Yeah, Gansfield.
And is it Estes? Was it Estes?
Estes, yes.
Yeah.
He was doing that, and he sat down. Somebody touched me, or it just started talking. He jumped up and screamed like a little tart, didn't he?
Oh, it's funny.
And me and this other girl, and you started. We were peeing ourselves. It was the funniest thing.
It's like, Jay, just sit down and shut up. Put this on and listen.
We did a church with him, didn't we? We said, "Wasn't he good tonight?" He was so quiet. You could hear the pin drop. He was really good. Turns out he was too scared to open his mouth. That's why.
Was it YouTube that you had that on?
Sorry?
Was that YouTube that you had that on?
Yeah, it's on YouTube.
Yeah.
When you're sitting in the preacher's pulpit or whatever. And
Yeah.
Well, you are, Jamie.
Oh, we're going to have to take him to Borley. That is going to be hilarious, Dan.
Oh, he'll crap himself. 7 colours of different shit will come out of him there. I'm telling you. He would be terrified, Borley.
So, Jay, just sit there and be respectful to where we are.
You say to him, like, the only fear is what you've put in yourself.
Yeah.
Stop panicking and worrying, and you'll be all right. Just look at it
I
as
know.
an experience.
I know, let's take him to one of the big 7.
God, and lose him.
So what are the big 7 then?
Take him in there and lose him in there and then run off and leave him.
The big 7 are the big 7 graveyards of London. But they're not all in London. One of them used to have to get on a train.
They were feeder cemeteries for the Victorians and stuff, weren't they?
Yeah.
They were, because obviously as London spilled out, then obviously they needed more, and so we'll build Big 7, which is what they did. And it was 7 cemeteries to feed from London's gone dead, you know. But it was, they're amazing though. The architecturally, they're Victorian architecture, aren't they?
I mean, people say to me that Scotland have the most beautiful graveyards. I actually disagree. They are in London, and the big 7 are proof of it. But just people, all they know is one of them, and that's Highgate Cemetery. But
there are the ones in London as well. As real estate, you'd never be able to afford to have a house on that in that land.
Well,
it'd be so much. You're looking at millions, aren't you?
Yeah.
In those cemeteries.
Isn't Westminster Abbey one of them?
No, that's just I think that's where they bury the royal members of the royal family and stuff, isn't it?
Well, they've been burying them in Windsor, haven't they? The Queen's in Windsor.
I suppose it's people's choice of where you want to go now, isn't it? I suppose, really.
Yeah. But yeah, we'll take you to the big 7, Eric. You will be impressed.
Wayne said we'll take him too. We'll take Wayne, can't we?
I'll take him to the big 7.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd like that.
Wasn't there a bloke in the 80s that used to sing Big 7 songs that were quite rude?
I don't know. I can't remember. There was a lot of blokes in the 80s that sung rude songs.
Really bad? Yeah.
There was Ivor Biggin, wasn't there?
Is it Ivor Biggin?
Ivor Biggin used to sing. Was it Ivor Biggin and the Purple Nose Burglars or something?
I don't know.
Oh, he wants to go to Borley, said Wayne. He wants to go to Borley. Yeah, we'll go to Borley with you.
So, yeah, there's...
we'll take you to Borley.
We've got lots of things that Dan and I want to do that we have been discussing, but I've also got some other stuff that I've been doing. Some of you may or may not know, but I am now the manager of the Southeast region for the UK BRT with Daniel Lee Barnett. And he and Chris are doing a massive conference in 2 weeks. Do you want to tell them
what BRT is, Viv?
UK BRT is the UK Bigfoot. I can't remember. I did write
research
team. Yes. But it's not just Bigfoot. It is
Nice.
paranormal and UFO. It covers all aspects. So at the minute, I am researching cryptids, and I will be doing a tiny little bit of conservation work, and doing my little contribution towards that. But that is happening in 2 weeks in Purple Spoons Cafe. So if you haven't got your ticket,
Bacon, rocket, and tomatoes.
Get your tickets. There is going to be Ronnie LeBonc from Expedition Bigfoot. He's going to be there. Renee Holland from Finding Bigfoot is going to be there. And there's another bloke, I don't know who he is, but apparently he's quite famous. You'd know him, Dan. He's going to be there.
Whoa!
Plus,
and the guy I want to meet is Jonathan, who's actually part of it, isn't he?
Jonathan Downs, yes.
Love
Jonathan Downs will be there.
Love Jonathan Downs. I've followed Jonathan Downs for quite a few years.
So he's a great guy.
He's
They're
very good.
all lovely people. And Tim as well from Northants Paranormal Collective. He's part of the team as well. He's in the chat.
Perfect.
So there's going to be lots of people there, like-minded people. Have a bit of fun. You don't have to be great mates. You know, we're not saying that you should go there and do the para-unity thing, because it doesn't exist.
No, just people that are like-minded, enjoy their company.
Yeah,
that's
just
what
kind of
you want out of it, isn't it, really?
Yeah. So I'm going to be there with Dan and my husband. We are going down for the day. And we will be going to the second one in July.
July.
The second one in July as well.
July.
So if you miss this one, there is another one you can come to. But there's some really good stuff going on. I'm going there purely to learn. And Jonathan Downs, for me, is a man that I can learn a lot from. So
he's an interesting man.
He's a very interesting man, and he knows his stuff. Well, I think he knows his stuff. So
he does. He definitely does. He's definitely very knowledgeable. I've seen him. I think he was on. It was the National Geographic. I think he was on, and they did a series of documentaries on cryptids, and he did the Chupacabra one, I believe, and he also did another one in Brazil. I can't remember what that one was, but he did. Yeah, so he's a well-versed chap in the cryptid field. He's very well, and I believe he's also a lot of cryptid people. He's also into his environmentalism, isn't he? So
yes, he is.
That's good.
So Bryce says, "What's the damage?" I think it's about £40. Is the ticket price? I think you can get them on the door, but I think they're only allowing a certain amount of people in. So I would buy a ticket as soon as you can, and get your ass down there, because it is going to be. It's only on a Sunday for the day. It's going to be a great day as well, and there'll be lots to see and do. You know, or if you just want to sit and chill with a coffee and listen to the speakers, that's a good thing as well. But I took Jay last year with me, and Jay loved it.
Was that December, Viv?
That was in December. November, December, I can't remember. And I know Jay, he didn't want to leave. He said, I learned so much just from being there and listening to I think there was one guy we were listening to who did a lot of expeditions in the Far East, and he was talking about the thylacine and other creatures that are now making their presence known. And he didn't even know what a thylacine was until listening to this guy. And Jay said, I'm going to ask Dan about that. I'm going to ask Dan when I see him what this... He called it a plasticine. That's what he called it. I said, no, it's called a thylacine, Jay.
He's done really well, apparently, up until somebody showed a photo of a dog man. They'd run out screaming. When they went looking for him, he was in the middle of the car park pissing himself.
Hi, Sarah. You're not late. You're just where you should be
Sarah.
At the right time.
Yes, it should be intriguing. It'd be interesting. Yeah,
so it's a great thing to do. I mean, As you know, cryptid captivated me when Dan sent me to the North American Bigfoot Centre, where I met a certain young man from a certain TV program whose museum it was. And then I was captivated. I mean, Dan, the kind of person Dan is, oh, just get me a book and get him to sign it for me. Then I saw that they were selling big plaster casts of
You bought me
Bigfoot.
about a plaster cast, the one in.
So I bought him a plaster cast instead, signed. I thought, well, that'll get him going when he gets that instead.
Loved it.
And Dan cried like a baby when he opened it.
Love it, love it, love it, love it.
So that's what, like, walking around the museum and seeing evidence, seeing the film footage of Patty, seeing the actual camera that caught that footage of Patty, learning from Cliff Barrackman himself and his manager Connor, and even William Becker and his experiences, and putting all of this in together, because William
lives smack bang in the middle of the range, doesn't he?
He does,
right near where they are.
So I've been sort of spoilt, if you like, by William, and even Cliff Barrackman had spoilt me. But it's since that day, it's like I want to learn more. I want to know more.
Bug.
I got bitten, yeah. Anyway, Bry's asking, what's a thylacine, Dan?
A thylacine, Bry, it was a type of animal, still is, I think. I think there's a good shout that it could still be out there in small numbers. Mm-hmm. Hopefully there's enough to breed from it. But a thylacine is an animal that became extinct in the early 19th century. I think the last one that they had was at London Zoo. And it's also known as the Tasmanian tiger, because it's found in Tasmania, the island off the coast of Australia. And it's called the Tasmanian tiger. It's not feline. It's not a canine. It's more canine than it is feline. The front of it is sort of a dark brown, and then you go to the middle of it, to the back, it becomes like a zebra stripes on the back of the legs going all the way down. And they felt that the last one became extinct when it died. I think it was at London Zoo, and that was it. It was gone, or so they thought. And then what happened was that a few people have been out in the outback of Tasmania, and they've had sightings of it, and they believe that there are still a few out there. The only thing is, you need, well, certainly with big cats, I'm not sure if it works the same with thylacines, but you need an unrelated population of at least 500. Because they need to be genetically individual. So their DNA needs to be completely individual as well. So you can't really have crossbreeding. If you do, what could happen is the whole number would collapse, and then you end up with nothing. But hopefully there's a population out there, which I think must be healthy because it's still breeding today. And hopefully they'll be able to sort of, it's there. So keep it protected and make sure that it's, allowed to thrive. So
it's
that's
beautiful.
what it is.
It's a beautiful animal. I think they're gorgeous.
I knew a guy who was at London Zoo, and he said to me, "Do you want me to tell you a story about the thylacine?" And I said, "Yeah, I'd like to." And he was getting on. He was getting on at the time, and he said that when he worked with a guy there was. And he'd also got a bite from one. And it was the only person with a bite from an extinct, or what was at the time, and it still is, in some quarters, an extinct animal. But what a thing. One absolutely amazing thing to have,
What you going to say, Eric?
Sorry, Eric.
Your mouth, doesn't it? Like a
Sorry?
mouth.
The mouth, the jaws.
Oh, yeah. Massive gate they've got. You're right. The mouth opens. The gate on the mouth is massive. But they're stunning.
It reminds me a little bit like a hyena.
Yeah, kind of.
But a bit longer and with the stripes. And
they're stunning. Absolutely stunning creatures.
Mm.
Yeah, a bit like the Coco. Yeah. Coco. Yeah. There's quite a few of them that they think were extinct. And what did they discover? I mean, the thing is, this is amazing. Nature's amazing. And the world of wildlife is amazing. I mean, they're discovering new species all the time, all the time. A lot are going extinct all the time that you don't know about. There's so many hundreds a day that go completely extinct, but they're finding them all the time. I think they found what did they find? They found it was down the it was it the it was in South America somewhere. They found a chimp. They call it like a humanzee, I think they call it. It's a chimp, but it's not a chimp. If it is a chimp, but its actual behaviour is very, very human, very human. And they said that, like, this is only discovered recently, in the last 20 years, 30 years, and they never even know they existed. So things like when people say, there's no Bigfoot, there's no dogmen, there's no this, it's like, well, these animals keep themselves hidden very well, very, very well.
The ocean
so we
as
don't
well.
know.
The ocean's been yielding some very interesting things have been coming up from the depths, and not just small little things. We're talking about great big masses of blah. One was
I had a
20
good
foot long.
argument the other day, Viv, for that. People saying that we say that these things are interdimensional. We say that these things are from outer space. But what they could really be is just another form of human.
Yeah.
Or another form of species that lives here but become very, very good at hiding themselves.
Yeah.
You said something once as well, and it made me think, because I'd heard it a couple of times from people in these podcasts, that they've had an experience with a Bigfoot, and then the Bigfoot seems to have gone, the only place it could have gone is into water.
Yeah.
So then it makes me think to myself, well, hang on, are we not seeing them because these things are living in, somehow they're living in water? That's why we're not having experiences with them. We're not seeing them because they're going into water. And as you say, the world's most of it's ocean.
Yeah.
So what's living under there, we don't know.
We have no
and it
idea.
is the case that they could be humans. And they could even, out with their technology, could even be a possibility that they way outdate us. You know?
Yeah.
Oh.
He's done it again.
Yeah, no. Look at some of
That's it, Annette. That's it, Nettie. They walk up there. That's the ones.
But look at some of the fish that they found, like that one that just has that light in front of it.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
That's amazing. Yeah. Is it an anglerfish as well, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so.
That's amazing. That is amazing. Fucking light on its head.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Right?
If I want that, I've got to buy a fucking hat with a torch stuck in it. That's amazing.
You get one of them, I'm going to have to call you Jay.
Yeah. Yeah, that ice cap, it does make you wonder it makes me wonder what's down in that ice cap now, really, because they've got really cagey about it in the last couple of years, haven't they? More so than ever, keeping people away from them ice caps. And it's not to do with health and safety. No. It's because there's something's out there. I know it is. Something's hidden.
Have you not seen the holiday packages they're doing to Antarctica now?
No.
Seriously. They are doing holiday packages to Antarctica where you can actually just travel nearby, or you can actually get off the boat and go walk on
the Antarctic.
Yeah. They're doing actual holiday packages up there now. So I don't know. I think, yes, there is a lot of secrecy about Antarctica, but I think they are becoming more relaxed. And a lot of it are these people that want to put all these conspiracy theories out there. Are they really?
I don't know. I don't know what's going on. I mean, I'm not saying that it's necessarily alien, or I'm thinking it could be something that could be Third Reich.
Yeah.
You know, more very human.
Well, we talked tonight on
if you can call them bastard humans.
We talked about that on Doug Muir the other day. I mean, look at all the stuff that Hitler was into, trying to find out religious artifact, whatever.
Yeah. He had a division in the SS that were completely and utterly their only job was to travel the world, Middle East, wherever, and pick up these artifacts that were religious.
Can I just say that we have in India, we have a prehistoric creature that is still surviving, and it is found in India, and it is a fish.
Oh.
And it was around when the dinosaurs were around, and it
Not
still
surprising,
survives. It still survives today.
Not surprising.
Forget the name of
Really?
it. Is it called a coelacanth or something? A coela?
Is
I
that what it
can't
is?
remember. It's a coela something. I don't know. It's a fish. Anyway.
Seal approval.
It's a bloody good fish. But no.
And yet they've stopped adding new settlers, Viv. Mm.
Well, it's a case of not people wanting to claim the land for those. I think that's more political than anything.
I didn't know there was a banned area of the Grand Canyon, Wayne. That's the first I knew about that. Didn't even know that. That'd be interesting.
I've been to the Grand Canyon.
Oh,
I didn't know. Yeah, I've been there a couple of times now, different parts of it.
And like sturgeon is a prehistoric animal.
First Minister of Scotland she used to be, didn't she?
Nicola
Sturgeon.
But yeah, there's the Grand Canyon comes under controversy because the indigenous people put a skywalk up there, which is a piece of perspex basically that goes out and juts out over the canyon, and you can walk on it and look down. I didn't go on it, but we saw it.
I wouldn't go on it either, I don't think.
But no, we did the Grand Canyon from two areas, two points of it, and it is a very beautiful place. There's nothing special about it. There is we saw a big dam that controlled some of the water there, but yeah.
Is it what do you call it, Viv? Is it sacred to the native population?
Parts of it is, yes. Not all of it, parts of it. It's because they have buried their dead there. Mm-hmm. So
can't get more sacred than that then, can you?
No. So yeah.
Oh, Wayne was saying it's an area owned by NASA. I didn't even know that, Wayne. I didn't even know that. Nettie says, yes, Wayne, I've heard about it. Yeah, right, Nettie. I'm only joking.
Well, I'm more shocked about Buzz Aldrin, Neil Armstrong, and Mike Collins only got that job and walked on the moon because the three that were picked were killed in a freak accident, like a test.
Yeah, it's weird,
some months before.
It's weird.
And yet they say, oh, yeah, they never walked on the moon. You actually saw the film footage that Buzz Aldrin actually filmed as they were landing. They released all of this stuff. Yeah, I was absolutely enthralled by what I was watching the other week on the tip. It was amazing. Absolutely amazing.
I'm joking. Yeah, it's interesting, the moon subject, isn't it, really?
Yeah, it wasn't the Hoover Dam. It wasn't the Hoover Dam. It was a different one. The Hoover Dam is more up by then you just get outside of Vegas. This was another one.
Is that named after J. Edgar Hoover? Hoover Dam.
I don't know.
Yeah, I'd like to know more about that. I'm going to listen in on Monday now and see if I can learn more about it. I didn't even know that one. Didn't know that was the case.
Yeah.
That's intriguing. That's intriguing.
Going back on Sasquatch, think about, the way they can blend in with their surroundings. Dan, you should know this by being an animal person. What color is a polar bear's fur?
Polar bear's fur is actually translucent and blue. Yeah.
Because their skin's
and
blue,
the reason
isn't it?
It's blue. It's the same with wolves. The reason their fur is blue is because it can hold pockets of air, so it insulates them. See, you get a wildlife lesson from me as well.
Yeah.
It's a bit like Johnny Puss when you shave the fur off. They've got blue
Thanks,
skin.
Rita.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, Viv.
So when you shave their fur off, they got blue skin underneath.
Yeah. It's cool, isn't it? Really, it's really cool. Thank you, Rita.
She's a sweetheart, isn't she?
That was nice of her. Yeah, it's interesting, isn't it, really?
Get the grapes out from there, please.
These things.
Pops.
What was I going to say?
Get the grapes out from there, please.
She's having some grapes.
What's going on with Nasa. I know. He's under my seat with grapes.
Is he?
Grapes out from under the chair, bedtime.
I used to have a wolf years ago, and she would.
Don't you hold your finger up to me.
I used to give her grapes, and she wouldn't. She had to be hand fed these grapes. So she had me. I was hand feeding her, and then one day I was in a rush, so I bought her a pallet of grapes because I used to treat her every couple of days with a pallet of grapes. She kept putting them in her mouth. I was finished going. I thought, what's up with these grapes? And then the other keeper come along and went, they're seeded. You'll only eat seedless.
Seeded grapes.
Unbelievable. All right, so NASA originally an oceanographic organisation.
Yep.
Yeah, I'd heard that. Yeah, I'd heard that. But it's interesting about that place and that's been cordoned off by them or stopped. What was I watching the other day? I was watching a program the other day that was saying about, where was that now? Might have been America. It was America. And they were talking about this craft that had hit this mountain, and it was something like 30 foot round. It was a big old thing, this craft. And it had come down to hit this mountain, and there was 20 odd, purportedly 20 alien bodies inside it, small humanoids. And the American Air Force got there, with the military got there with the CIA, whoever it was, FBI, I can't remember who it was. And they cleared the area out. But a guy was there, he saw it come down, he saw it hit this thing. And they got the guy's daughter out because I don't know, he must have passed on, bless him. And they got the guy's daughter out, and she took them to where it was. And they said, right, okay, we're going to have a look at this. And what they did was interesting. They got, because nobody's ever done it before, they put a drone up. And then they put the drone going down the side of this mountain. And you could see there was big chunks of this mountain with something clearly big had hit it with force. Nothing really came of it, but it was like interesting to see. You know?
Can I just mention, for those that don't know, we have a competition going. I don't know if you've read the scroll that's going down. Night, Nicola. I don't know if you've read the scroll at the bottom, but we are running a competition to name the ghost that's up there by Erik. We need a name. And so you can win some Simply Spooky goodies that we'll send out to you in the post. On our birthday, on our third birthday, we will be having a discussion. Yes, staff can enter. We will be having a discussion with the names and the entrance. With all the names, we'll be discussing them. And between us, if we get 2 or more people liking and giving a good argument for the name, that one will win. So all we need you to do is come up with a name for that ghost. You can send it by a DM to the network, or to myself, or to Dan, or to Erik, and we will collate them, and we will pick out the ones that we're going to put some arguments for our favourites, but it will be a collective decision as to who the winner is. We will not be mentioning who gave the name. It will be announced live on air. So, yeah, that is the competition. Name that ghost.
So it's only £25 to go, isn't it?
No, it's free.
It's free.
It's free. But we just want a name for that ghost.
Harry, that's a good name, actually.
What the heck?
That's you, Erik, doing that now.
I'm not touching.
I got the blame for that the other night. I don't know what it is. It just seems to... I don't think it is, Erik. I think it might be the weather or something.
Yeah, it's the weather.
So, yeah, keep them coming. You can enter as many times as you like. And if you know anyone that's good with that, tell them to enter. They can come in as well.
Oh, Nettie, will do.
So, yeah, so that is our competition that we're running. We just need a name for the ghost. Yeah. I thought I'd just mention
Toast.
that.
Toast the ghost.
It looks a bit toasted, doesn't it? His
He
black
does look a
one.
bit toasted.
He's a shadow ghost.
It's aliens.
It's aliens. Yeah, it's aliens.
Oh, dear. So we've been on for about an hour and I'm feeling tired again. I've made it through without being too dizzy.
Before you go, Viv, what's coming up for the rest of the week?
I think there's a show on After Hours. Lo and Nick are talking about something or other. It's a part 3. That's all I know is part 3. Lo did tell us. I can't remember, to be honest.
Actually, Nick's talking in English. God knows what Lo's talking. No idea what Lo's talking, but at least you can understand Nick.
And then on Thursday, there's To the Grave and Back with Nick and Lo. And I don't know who else is going in. I don't know if Wayne is on that. I have no idea. Friday Night Frighteners with Bri, Lo and the gang. They're back on Friday. And then on Monday, the Dark Mirror Boys. So there's lots coming up. So it's gonna be fun.
Well, keep your eyes and ears open as well, because I'm still waiting to get the guy to get back to me, the cryptid guy. He's knocking on the door. He wants to come on. So it's not that he's not coming on. He is, but hopefully I'll know more over the next day or two.
Yeah,
Might
Guy
be Monday,
States.
who knows?
Yeah. So we have got some lovely guests lined up. They are coming. I've just been a bit slow because of other projects that have taken pride and place, but we're hoping to get some of our favourites back, like Ross Allison. We need a good catch up with Ross and David Oman. We want David back on the show to see what he's been up to.
And I'm going to be cheeky on Sunday, so we might get some guests out of that.
Are you? Ooh.
I'm going to be cheeky on Sunday.
Maybe we
I'm
can
going to
do
go up
some...
and go, come on our show, I'll fucking bash you.
What, to Ronnie LeBlanc?
Yeah, Ronnie, you fucking better be on that show. You fucking better be on that show.
Maybe we can do some pre-records.
I'll go, what happened? I'll go, Ronnie beat me up.
We'll do it after we've got the autographs for Erik.
Yeah, we've got to get Erik, and I've got to get him the Jamie and Jamie's little boy.
Yeah.
So that'll be cool. And yes, and then obviously the Monday's a different kettle of fish, isn't it? It's the boys again on the Dark Mirror show, isn't it?
Yeah. So that's what's going on. But other than that, have you got anything you want to say, Erik? Anything that's coming up?
Not for me, no.
Erik will be with us next week. Yes, I've got to redo those opening titles and get Erik's in there now.
Yeah, that'll do. Yeah, you have.
I know.
Yeah. Hurry up then. Erik, you got to send photos. Have you got photos of Erik?
No, I need some photos of Erik.
Erik.
Erik, send me some pictures.
Cool.
His face. Oh dear. Right, I'm going to love you and leave you guys, and thank you in the chat for joining us. I do appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks everybody.
Have a great night.
Hang on, I've got to press some buttons. I don't know where my pointer's gone.
It's all gone.
Always losing it.